1971. Richard Nixon was president of the United States. Vietnam War slowly coming to an end, and the Chesapeake Bay Bridge once panned. 1971 is also when a group of ambitious outdoorsmen and women held the first Waterfowl Festival in Easton. This weekend, the tradition continues, and Lisa was there yesterday to find out how the festival has grown into something extraordinary for the entire family.
It's the 43rd year for the Waterfowl Festival in historic Easton, and here to tell us more is Communications Director Megan Miller. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Welcome.
43 years,
yes.
That's a long time.
Yes.
I imagine a lot has changed, but they're really sticking with the core purpose of this event.
Absolutely. The first festival was put on by a bunch of Eastern Shore sportsmen and women that wanted to raise funds to protect kind of the heritage of the Eastern Shore, as well as conserve the wildlife that was here. So they put on an art show, raised $7,500 and donated that to conservation work, and we still do the same thing. So the festival's a lot bigger. We're bringing in a little bit more money, but that money and all the proceeds still do support conservation in the Chesapeake region.
And you mentioned art. We are in the Armory in downtown Easton, surrounded by beautiful art. Tell us about that.
Sure, and the art is a big piece of the festival. For every art purchase that's made, whether it's a painting, a sculpture, or a carving, a portion of that sale comes back to the festival, and that also benefits conservation work. So there's a lot. We really recruit the best of the best in terms of wildlife artists, so this is a great place for someone to come to kind of see the best in the field all in one place.
And you have paintings, sculptures, just about everything?
Yes, just about everything, and a lot of inventive stuff, so it's not all ducks and geese. We also have landscapes, maritime scenes, things inspired by what we're used to seeing on the Chesapeake, and then some things from Africa and from other places our artists have traveled.
Yeah, you could spend a lot of time just looking at the art alone.
Oh yes, absolutely. You could spend days.
Now, sporting and hunting events, of course you have those.
Oh sure, and that's a big part of the Eastern Shore heritage as well. We have our Sportsman's Pavilion, which has a lot of gear and outfitting services for outdoorsmen and sportsmen looking to kick off the season. We have some historical exhibits over at the high school, waterfowling artifacts, and our decoy exhibit that really showcase the historic progression of kind of how waterfowl and the sporting and hunting tradition has evolved. We also have our retriever demonstrations and also our Dock Dogs event, which is a lot of fun for the whole family.
It really is. I know the kids like that a lot.
Everybody loves it. You can't, it's a big tank of water. The dogs run and jump off of them, and they make a big splash, so it's great for the kids. Adults have fun, and if people have their dog and want to give them a try, they can bring them out and they can try the competition as well.
Wow, okay. And that's not the only thing you have for children. You have events specifically geared toward children?
We do. We have art classes, we have painting and carving classes for children, as well as environmental education programs. So we have a fishmobile and a touch tank to help teach them early about why it's so important to conserve our resources here.
Mm-hmm. You really do have something for the entire
family.
We really
do. It's a lot of fun.
All right, and of course it wouldn't be a festival without delicious food and wonderful entertainment.
That's my favorite part. We do have our wine and tasting pavilion here downtown, and then we also have our new craft brew pub just outside Easton, the town limits at the Easton Elks Lodge, which is next to our Sportsman's Pavilion. So we've got a lot of activity going on there, and we also have musicians that are spaced all around to really add to that festival atmosphere.
Right, and it's a lot of it is in historic Easton, but you make sure that everybody can get to the outlying areas?
Correct. So we do some exhibits out at the schools that are in the periphery, and that's where we encourage people to park. So if you park out kind of in the shopping centers and at the schools, we have free shuttle service to bring people downtown, because parking can be a bit of a challenge.
Absolutely. All right, Megan, thank you so much. So much information and so much to do in Easton, and if you would like to learn more, including where everything is taking place, ticket information, times, all of that, all you need to do is go to our website. Just log on to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
Okay, so if I had to admit it, I'd have to say the dogs are one of my favorite parts of the Waterfowl Festival. Now, how would you like to have one of your own? Well, it just so happens that we know where you can find one. A little bit later on, Brian's at Safe Haven in Georgetown helping to make a pet connection. And Diamond Groove takes historic Studio D's stage. Delmarva Life will be right back.